Okay, let's get into it.
Prove that you love me.
Hi. Oh, Shawn, you still do love Angela.
You still love me, huh?
Yes.
I don't have any moments.
So before we begin, I just want to note that I actually didn't grow up on this show. I don't think I was even born when the first season premiered. Let me check. Yes, wasn't even conceived. But I discovered it while watching the other show that shall not be named. Yes, I am looking at you. When that show premiered on Disney Channel back in the day, I watched a few episodes of season 1 and could tell there were a few references going on that I didn't quite get. And me, being a nosy bitch that I am, ran to Wikipedia to see what was going on. I found out it was a spin-off of a 90s ABC show and decided to give that a chance after Disney Channel aired a Shawn and Angela episode. They looked so cute and she was drop dead gorgeous. I was just intrigued by the story. Now normally I can't really get into OTV shows that I have no history with, but surprisingly I was hooked for all 7 seasons. Now the earliest seasons were pretty cute, the comedy worked and the cast had really great chemistry, and Cory and Topanga had a pretty compelling love story. But I didn't become fully hooked until we were introduced to the baddest bitch to ever step on the Boy Meets World set, Miss Angela Moore. I mean, look at the material! Been the baddest bitch from birth, I'm the best out. Hand over the microphone, I'll say it with my chest out. On the mission, the numbers game, on the quest out. As a character, Angela was a fresh and rare addition to network television at the time. Though she was obviously the token minority on a show with an otherwise entirely white cast, Angela was never ascribed to the superficial tropes that would fall on the token black friend. While she was proud to define herself as a black woman, as a character she was never only defined by her race, which I loved.
Hey guys.
Shawn and I have great news.
Hey, me too.
Well, Shawn just got into the photography program.
And Angela got an A on her essay, maintaining black identity when you have 3 very white friends.
But to be honest, it's a bit bittersweet talking about this now, as actress who played Angela came out in recent years about the negative experiences she had on set, as well as the fact that she had to style her own hair for her time on the show, which is very poor for a network television show, and it sucks that that shit is still happening today. For a little backstory, Boy Meets World is a show that chronicles the everyday events and life lessons of Cory Matthews. We watch him grow from middle school all the way to university. It also stars his parents, Amy and Alan, his younger sister, Morgan, and older brother, Eric, as well as his teacher, George Feeney, best friend, Sean Hunter.
I love him. I know him, y'all. I know him. I know this man.
And love interest Topanga Lawrence. Towards the end of the series, we were introduced to a few other characters, Miss Angela Moore, of course, Rachel McGee, and Sean's brother Jack Hunter. Boy Meets World was a fairly wholesome show that is very much a product of its time, with how tame and wholesome it was in its dialogue, but they also weren't afraid to tackle heavy subject matter. Very much a comfort show, especially if you grew up watching it. I can see why you returned to it several times over the years. Now, for anyone who's seen the show, I think we can all agree with the title of this video. I could even also argue that Shawn and Cory were the true love story of the series, but let's save that for another day. Now, don't get me wrong, Cory and Topanga were cute and all, and if you ignore the massive plot holes from the writers being unsure of what they wanted to do with them, I hear it. They grew up together, high school sweethearts, written in the stars and all that, and they had me. Until we were introduced to Shawn and Angela. I'm sorry, but they gave us content, they gave us chemistry, they gave us drama and raw sexuality. I was hooked. Side note, I will not be including the last couple episodes of the series because to me, they do not exist. And their story in that abomination of a show does not exist. The writers fucked them up big time and I will never, ever forgive them for it. In my reality, they may not have graduated together, but they definitely found their way back to each other and lived happily ever after, going through the typical trials and tribulations of a normal couple. Maybe even had a couple kids here and there, who knows. All I know is that they found their way back to each other and lived happily ever after. Period.
Look, Angela, I want to be with you more than anybody in this entire world.
So I'm going to start from season 5 because that's where we first meet Angela. Early in the season, we learned that Angela and Shawn have actually been going out for 2 weeks, but he has now ended the relationship due to his 2-week rule because at this point he's pretty much a player and has never had anything serious with anyone. Later in the episode, Cory and Shawn find a missing purse, and Shawn falls in love with the owner through the content as he learns they have a lot in common. The show is pretty dramatic, I know. But in an effort to meet the girl of his dreams, he waits by the jukebox at the place they usually hang out, only to find that the owner of the purse already has a boyfriend. Devastated, Shawn swears off feelings and returns to his little black book. At the end of the episode, we find out that the things in the bag actually belong to Angela, she just borrowed the purse. In the next episode, Shawn learns this and confesses his feelings to Angela, with some nudging from Cory and Topanga, and though she initially hesitates, she agrees to give it a chance. Can I just say that I love this guy she's on a date with? He is the definition of chill, and that's how I'm trying to be all 2023.
I read the same books as you. I listen to the same music, and I go to the same movies. So when I tell you how I feel, it is not just work.
Hunter, I'm on a date here. Come on.
Why are you doing this? We went out. You told me it was only going to be for 2 weeks, and then it was going to be over.
I know that you're scared, okay? I'm scared, too. We both love Vivaldi, and we're both scared.
I'm scared, too.
Shawn, you've never been in a relationship for longer than 2 weeks, and neither have I. We wouldn't know what to do.
You know what? This is getting too heavy for me, so I'm taking my fries and I'm leaving.
Ted!
Oh, I paid for these fries.
Give me a chance. I just want to see you.
As the meddler that Cory is, he sets them up on a fancy date, and at first it doesn't go well because Shawn is trying to be someone that he isn't, even though Angela really likes him as he was, and she's still quite hesitant about being in something serious. But after witnessing Topanga and Cory fight to make up, they decided they want what Cory and Topanga have, and to make it work they have to be themselves.
This is what scares me. You get close to someone and you end up hating each other.
Angela, there's nothing to be scared of. When two people are truly in love, there's no way they can end up hating each other.
Cory, look at us. I am yelling at you and you're not even getting mad at me.
Grrr!
You call that a growl? That was pathetic.
I could never really get mad at you.
Cory, I just don't want to celebrate any more occasions.
I was just doing it because I thought that's what you wanted.
No, I just want to be 17.
Me too.
Shawn?
Angela?
I want what they have.
They pretty much stay together for the rest of the season, except for the Valentine episode, where Shawn suggests they take things slower because he doesn't want to hurt her the way he's hurt other girls in the past.
I want to change our relationship. Because I think you have to be friends before you can fall in love.
You want to be my friend?
That's where I want to start.
And where do you want to end up?
I don't want to end up saying things that I don't mean. And I don't want to end up making a promise that I can't keep. Not to you. It's beautiful.
I love Christmas.
So in season 6, Cory, Topanga, Shawn and Angela all go to the same university, and pretty early on, episode 3 I think, they break up due to Shawn's insistence that they should meet new people. They remain friends though. Although Angela agrees and acts like she's okay with it, she secretly still loves him and wants to be with him, but doesn't want to look like a beg, and you know what? I hear it.
I didn't break up with Shawn.
What do you mean?
He broke up with me. Can I get back to my shower now?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. What do you mean he broke up with you? He thinks it's mutual.
Because that's what I want him to think. And you're gonna keep to yourself how I feel about him.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to stop looking for who he is because he feels sorry for me. Okay? So you promise me you're not gonna say anything about this ever.
I won't say anything about this.
In a later episode, we find out that Shawn also still secretly has feelings for Angela when he lies about the date of a poem that he had written just for her. Side note, the way I would lose all sense and composure if someone ever wrote a poem about me this beautiful. I mean, are you dumb?
You don't know it, but sometimes I go to a hill that overlooks the landscape's mask of city lights for a sip of momentary grace. On this brink of everything I know, I can gain an eyeful of the lost Atlantis in the human soul, and a breath that fills my lungs with the air between two stars. If you were now to capture the image of this elation in the framework of your mind, or find transcendence through these words, then at most you would know nothing of the beauty your existence throws to me.
So at this point, Shawn is still in love with Angela, but only Topanga knows, and Angela still wants Shawn, but only Cory knows. And for most of the season, Cory makes numerous attempts to get them back together. In the Christmas episode, Cory accidentally let it slip to Shawn how Angela feels about him, assuming Topanga did the same with Angela. The episode ends with Shawn and Angela having a conversation that even though they really care about each other, Shawn just isn't ready for a relationship at this point in his life, and Angela says she simply can't wait for him, ending it for good.
So why can't we just tell each other how we feel?
I don't know. It's confusing, huh?
Yeah. We broke up. We agreed to move on.
Next thing you know, we're kissing under the mistletoe.
Yeah, and letting Cory tell us how we should feel.
When we're not even sure ourselves.
Oh, no, Shawn. I'm sure. I love you. I've always loved you. I just wanted you to be sure about what you felt.
I don't know what I want. I'm so confused, okay? I really don't think I'm ready.
I opened my heart to you. I just can't sit around like a fool waiting for you to be ready. Done. It's over, Shawn.
Nothing of note really happens between them for the rest of the season, as they both adjust to being really broken up this time. But there's this episode that I just love, episode 20, The Truth About Honesty, which provided the much needed Shawn and Angela content we've been starved of.
Shawn, if you could spend one night with anyone, no strings attached, who would it be with?
Ooh. Huh. Anyone in the world? No strings?
Yep, be honest.
Well, then I'd pick Angela.
Angela?
So with no strings, no commitment, no emotional attachment, you'd pick me.
Yeah, what do you say to that?
Let's do it.
This is the greatest night of my life.
Don't talk.
No one understands this but us.
Quiet.
I forgot how well we fit together.
I'm asking you to shut up.
Angela,
Don't.
miss you.
Don't.
I can't help it.
Don't.
Angela, I love you.
Ow, my keys. Hey, Shawn, why are you following me? You had your chance, babe.
Following you? I couldn't care less about you. You mean nothing to me. Less than nothing. Nothing. Not a thing.
Okay. Good for you.
Cold shower now. You still love me, huh?
Yes.
We don't have any mommies.
I know.
So from pretty much episode 1 of season 7, Shawn has realized that he's ready for something serious and ready to commit to Angela, but now she isn't here for it.
You know, before the summer, I asked her to be my girlfriend again.
Oh, yeah? What'd she say?
Well, she gave me a kiss on the cheek, which I take to mean that she's wildly in love with me. You think I'm reading too much into this?
No, that's all I get.
We're friends.
No, I don't want to be friends with you. I can hate you or I can love you for the rest of my life, and those are the choices as far as I see it.
I think this growth comes from the intense life situations he's experienced towards the last half of season 6. From losing his dad, to taking a solo trip out of school to find himself, to having to be there for Cory when his younger brother is prematurely born and have to spend some time in the NICU fighting for his life.
What's the matter, buddy?
I just had such a bad year. Bad year.
These experiences, in a way, help Shawn grow a lot and realize what's important for him in life right now. Now for me, this is where the writing falls apart in a big way that's just too hard to ignore. I'm not sure if the writers were just high or forgot what they wrote in their own show, because they make it seem like the reason they broke up is because Angela didn't want to hurt Shawn. She was afraid that she might leave him just like her mother did to her father, when obviously that's not what happened.
So what do you care about naked girls? You have your own naked girl. I mean, she has the potential to be naked at some point in her career.
Well, actually, not anymore. Angela and I decided to take a break.
You broke up?
Yeah, I guess that's what we did.
Yeah, but why?
Okay, after that orientation party, we talked about all the new opportunities that are open up to us here, and, you know, neither one of us want to miss out.
In the 3rd episode, we meet Angela's dad, and Shawn spends most of the episode trying to get her back, even going through her father. With his help, they get back together with her, finally, saying I love you to Shawn.
How are you gonna hurt me more if you love me?
I can't love you.
Why not?
Because
Why?
Because I'll leave you.
No, do not surrender to this. I did not raise a daughter to surrender. You are not your mother. You're you. But how can you ever be happy if you're afraid to tell the man you love that you love him?
I love you.
Again, they make this seem like it's a huge breakthrough in the relationship, but she already told him she loved him time ago.
Oh no, Shawn. I'm sure. I love you. I've always loved you.
The issue wasn't her, it was him being unsure of what he wanted. She previously hadn't really shown any signs of commitment issues, but welcome to Boy Meets World, a show with almost as many plot holes as Riverdale, I guess. They pretty much stay together till the second to last episode of the series. And I mean, we are eating good with the Shawn and Angela content.
What he wants, and he's what you want. Shawn, give me 5 minutes. Now squirrel, nigga. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't had water for 4 days.
But just when you think the writers are done with the bullshit, here comes the stupid part. In the second to last episode, which I've only ever been able to watch once, I even had to try and rewatch it for this video just to make sure I had the facts right. Shawn and Angela decide to travel the world together after graduation, but at the last moment, Angela's dad offers her a chance to stay with him for a year in Europe. Cory initially tells Shawn to ask her to stay with him, but Shawn is conflicted.
I want Angela to be happy.
You're a liar. A year away will kill your relationship.
How often do you really get to spend time with your father?
That's nice, Shawn. Are you gonna nice yourself out to the girl you love?
In the end, he doesn't, and Cory tells Shawn that he failed by not fighting for his woman. Towards the end of the episode, Shawn questions Angela's father's right to take her away from her life at Pembroke. He asks her father how he would feel if he were to ask Angela to marry him.
I've spent far too much time away from my daughter. This may be my last chance to spend some real time with her. This may sound selfish, but I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that.
Well, this may sound selfish, but what if I asked her to marry me?
After uncomfortable laughter, her dad says if he thinks he can handle that responsibility, he will let him be the most important man in her life.
You said you liked me. How much do you like me now? I don't know what we're laughing at. I'm very uncomfortable, sir.
If you and Angela decide that you want to get married, you think you can take care of each other for the rest of your lives, and I'll step aside and let you be the most important man in her life.
When Angela returns to her dorm room, Shawn takes her to the corner to ask her something. Before he can say anything, Angela cuts him off by thanking him for understanding how important spending time with her father is. This changed his mind and he doesn't ask her the question. I think we can all guess what the question was going to be.
Look, there's something I gotta ask you right now.
You know, because you're the only person that knows how important it is for me and my dad to spend this time together. I only wish you and your dad had this time together. I'm so sorry you didn't.
I'm really happy for both of you.
Now, when I wrote the intro to this video, I was still pretty triggered about it, but now that I've rewatched the show, I can kind of accept this ending. As someone who had a difficult upbringing, Shawn understands the importance of family, especially as he lost his dad just as soon as they were about to reconnect. With a mature set of eyes, it's actually beautiful and incredibly selfless for him to give her this opportunity to spend with her father, which is something that he never got. But what I will not, and I repeat, will not accept, is what took place on the abomination of a spin-off. Now, in a ridiculous episode in the second season, Angela guest stars and it's revealed that her father is now dead. She's been married to a military man for years and is contemplating having children. Now get this, she reaches out to Shawn to ask for his advice on her starting a family. What the fuck? Tomatoes, 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 get off my screen. I have so many questions. If she had to go back to her past friends to ask advice for this, why wouldn't she ask Topanga, her best friend of many years, who already has 2 kids? Why would she go to her ex-boyfriend, who she hasn't seen in many years, to ask his opinion on such an important question when they barely know each other at this point? If we want to talk about realism, remember the episode where Cory insisted on him and Angela being friends?
Okay, what do you want with me?
I want to know why you don't want to be friends with me. I mean, don't you think that I'm worth being friends with?
Cory, this has nothing to do with you. You don't even know me.
Fine. You're right. I don't even know you. Then why don't you give me a chance to know you?
You know, maybe Shawn's right. We've all been together so long. You know, it's just time for us to meet
Shut
new
up.
people. What?
Shut up. You couldn't be more wrong. Friendship is exactly what's going to get us all through this.
Cory.
And I am never going to go away.
What happened to their friendship because they barely acknowledged each other? Now, mind you, Topanga was her best friend for many years and they didn't even get a single scene together. Like, be fucking for real. She literally just walked past some of her oldest friends to tell Shawn it's okay to fuck that white woman. Get this shit off my screen. So you're telling me that she had his number or a way to contact him all this time, and this is the only time she does it, and for this reason? What? No. Nope. No chance. Not my Angela. No ma'am, no sir. No thank you. It's literally disgusting and anti-black. Yes, I said it. Anti-black. For the writers to bring her back for this bullshit. Trina, the actress, is a much better woman than me, because you'd have to drag me kicking and screaming onto that set to get me to cooperate. And it's an absolute piss take how the writers tried to gaslight us into saying they did this for realism. Realism? They had Cory and Topanga together since they were 2 and want to talk about realism? Right, okay, cool. But let me just relax before I get too heated on this beautiful Tuesday morning. But yeah, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I do think they were the stronger, better love story. And it's just a shame that they got so badly butchered. But to be honest, Girl Meets World was a flop anyway, so it doesn't really matter. At some points, I do wish though that the writers showed us a bit more of Shawn and Angela's relationship. There was always a certain mystery around the intimacy.
We used to talk. I mean, really talk. I miss that.
I miss it too.
Things just got weird. I mean, I got weird. But I don't want us to ever stop talking. I couldn't stand that.
Oh, neither could I.
I wish we got to see more of these moments. They connected on an emotional and intellectual level that they didn't feel the need to share with everyone. Angela taught Shawn how to fall in love. She was unconditionally loving, yet firm and strong in her own beliefs, a steady presence in comparison to Shawn's unstable upbringing. A mature way of looking at things would be not to compare Shawn and Angela's relationship to Cory and Topanga's, because there's really no need for it. They were both loving couples on their own terms, and their relationships were both healthy and valid. But why I love Shawn and Angela's relationship in comparison was because they didn't have it as easy.
I haven't had a lot of good things in my life that really belong to me. So when they come along, I want to do my best to protect them and hold on to them. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to this relationship.
You're such a sap.
Cory and Topanga's relationship was too perfect at times, and the issues they faced were quite trivial, whereas Shawn and Angela's relationship wasn't like a fairy tale. They were always more realistic in love. In a lot of ways, you could say it was more mature than Cory and Topanga's. It wasn't that I can't live without you, it was more of I didn't want to have to. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you thought in the comments and what other shows you'd like me to cover. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!